lively Fate Friday intro song. I like it. Well, welcome back. Yes, it is Fate Friday, and we are very excited to finally have our next guest with us in studio. He's a
The first time he's been in studio?
Yes, it's always been over Zoom. He's a producer, a motivational speaker, a New York Times bestselling author who has just released his 7th book. It's an audiobook, and it's called It Takes a Woman.
Making his GMA 3 studio debut. Our friend, DeVon Franklin. My man.
What's up, man?
Yeah, we were just here trying to get him to relocate to New York.
It didn't work.
No, it ain't happening.
No.
It's not.
Come on.
LA is where it's at. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Wow, it's going to be a short segment. Oh, no.
It's like that?
No, man. It is good to have you here with us. You've been a friend of the show for a long time, so good to have you in the building. My man, the new book now, it's so much of the book you're talking about some really personal stuff, and you say you talk about some of it for the first time because you were finding out some things about your family for the first time.
Yes, I mean, this book, It Takes a Woman, is an Audible-only book.
Yeah.
So it's only audio, and it was written for that experience. And the cool thing about it was I got a chance to involve the voices of not only just my voice, but my mother and my 5 great aunts that are still alive. My oldest aunt is Aunt Nuna, who's 95, and the youngest is Aunt Sandra, who's 75. And so this story, I get a chance to tell what happened when my father, who was 36 years old, died of a heart attack when I was only 9. And how my mother brought in the help of my grandmother and my grandmother's 7 sisters to help raise me and my brothers. And so this was the first time I was able to talk through some of the issues in our family, being able to get perspective from them. So often in families, we live our experience, but we don't go back and check with those that, you know, are elder and say, well, how did you think about that? So for this book, the listener get a chance to hear firsthand things that this is the first time we've talked about some of these things. And you hear the emotion, you hear the tears, you hear the laughter. And so it's really like a tapestry of a family that I'm so grateful I had a chance to be able to put together.
It's beautiful. It takes a woman. How does that translate to others? What did you learn? What do you hope the listeners will learn from what your family, what the women in your life went through?
Yeah, you know, I really hope that when people listen to it, that they understand that we're all connected, right? We all go through pain. We all go through difficult moments. We all have things that happen to us in life unexpected. And when you listen to the book, I want the listener to hear, here's how you can make it through. Here's how you can see what our family did by rallying around one another, loving each other, you know, having tough conversations. But at the end of the day, the tragedy that we went through ultimately helped produce where we are today.
Was there one story, was there an aha moment, something you didn't know that really just, I don't know, blew you away?
Yeah, you know, I'll be honest, it was a kind of an embarrassing moment, you know. Truthfully, growing up, I had this argument with my mother where I just blurted out to her one day, you don't know anything about me. And what she said, well, at least I kept you. And what she meant at the time was, you know, she felt like she was kind of adopted by her grandmother because she lived with her grandmother for the first 11 years of her life. So on some level, she felt a little bit abandoned. At the end of the day, what happened was she felt like if I can just keep my kids, then we'll be fine. Like, I will be a successful parent. But for me, I'm telling her she didn't know anything about me. So she thought like, oh, wait a minute, well, I kept you. I thought I did everything I was supposed to do. Now, from that moment until I recorded the book, me and my mom never spoke about it.
Wow.
So I was curious. I asked her, I said, Mom, do you remember this moment? Not only did she say she remembered it, she said that it has haunted her from that day to this.
Wow.
And us being able to talk about it for the first time was a moment of healing, where we both came to understand each other in a greater way. And that's why this book, I think, resonates so well, because it's very truthful and it's very transparent.
How old were you?
I was, I probably was like 12,
Wow.
12, 13.
Right. Well, man, this is the part of the segment here. We don't have to coach you on it. This is where we hand it over to our Faith Friday guests and impart some wisdom for our viewers going into the weekend.
You know, so often we go through tragedy, but I want you to know that every tragedy you go through sets you up for a triumph that you're going to experience. Every painful moment that we go through is also purposeful. So if you're going through pain, it means you're also being produced for purpose. If you're going through tragedy, it means you're being prepared for triumph. We don't get a chance to determine all of the cards that are dealt to us. But I want you to know, whatever card has been dealt to you in your life, you have the capacity to not only deal with it, but thrive through it. I want you to know you are in the right place at the right time. You may have to cry. That's okay. You may not know what to do. That's all right. But I need you to know that every tragedy you've gone through will prepare you for a triumph that is closer than you think. Don't give up. Don't give up. Now's the time to stay, push, fight, because you have no idea how great your life is going to be, especially in some of your most painful moments.
Woo! Two cameras, too. Two cameras.
No! We will never have you on Zoom again. You gotta be here every time, DeVon. My man. It is so good to have you here in the studio with us. Everybody, y'all know DeVon Franklin.
We can't leave you out on the deck.
Oh, yeah. You can check out It Takes a Woman, Audible, original, available now. Man, it's great to have you in here with us.
Great to be here.
All right, folks.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.